Hi, this is Dawn Shireen, and welcome to my podcast, Dance with Bipolar Redu. Hey, y'all. I know it's been too long again. I know. I apologize, and I intend to do better. However, there's a whole lot going on, and I'm just only going to mention it like once because that's kind of what I have to do. But you'll all understand when I tell you what's going on. And then we'll get into what the focus of the show is going to be this upcoming year, because it can't be what it was, right? Because what it was is not what it is anymore. So, yeah. Anyway, so as y'all know, I've been doing the hockey reporting thing, right? And had a couple moments there where, competition got the best of me, maybe, or whatever, hard truth, or, the reality of being in media, which is never, it's never easy, okay, but it can be worth it. So I got the beat with the Rapid City Post. I have become the Rapid City Rush reporter, yay, which is good because, it's really what I wanted. And then in its own weird way, it's sad because now that I'm the reporter, there's ethical and bias things that, I got to be really careful about. So I can't be that overt fan in the stands anymore, put it that way. Yeah, I have to be really careful what I say here because I don't want to, I love Rapid City, so all the things that encompass Rapid City are in my heart. But this opportunity to do this opens up more than just, writing about the Rush. And I don't know if it's a step up because I don't even know what the heck I want to do. Like, I wasn't even sure I really wanted to do this at one point, and I was just like really tired of it. And then God, saw fit to tell me, well, pull your shit together and do this right and see what happens. And it happened. So ethically and morally and all that good stuff, I really can't talk about it publicly anymore, just to know that it happened. You can, follow my stories and stuff at the Post if you want to. I put them up on Instagram and Facebook occasionally if they're, I don't know why I don't do that more, but I don't. But like, if I really like the story, then I'll put it on my own social media. But the Post seems to do really well with the social media stuff and all. And now that I'm legitimately like on the masthead of the editorial staff, like, what? Yeah. That's where that's at. And it's bittersweet, but ultimately a really good thing. So it's like it's not like I can't root for hockey, right? I can root for hockey. I love hockey. I just can't be a fan at a game or anything in Rapid City anymore. It's, if you know, right? So I'm just going to leave it at that. But is it something that when I was leaving Flagstaff, said something like that? I'd have to go back and dig through the shows. But I think somewhere along the line, I think I said one of my goals is I'm going to write about hockey in Rapid City. And guess what? It's a good thing. A couple other things have happened in my life, in my very personal life, which are really good, but because, and I'm not dating anybody, okay, like that's no, has nothing to do with that. It has to do with a deeper connection of family than that. But I'm gonna try to, because I'm not the only one involved in this, right? So it's not just my business. But I just want to let y'all know, like, when you make really hard decisions at points in your life, and then you just kind of close it, right? Because you made the hard decision, and that's over, right? But when the hard decision comes and opens the door back up into your life, those are opportunities that not everybody gets, right? And had I not done the whole forgiveness thing, was it 2 years ago now when I did that show on Dancing with Bipolar, the deep dive forgiveness, that November, when I just had to settle everything, maybe it was 2 Thanksgivings ago. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I think it must have been. Anyway, but yeah, if I'm pretty sure the old show is probably still around because it was on Spotify and I did a lot of shows. But yeah, Dancing with Bipolar, it was called Deep Dive Forgiveness, and it was an older one. It was probably like show 237 or 238 or something like that. I don't know, but it changed a lot for me, right? And so had I not gone through that process of burying myself, I mean, literally just scraping everything away, processing it, and then just not allowing it back into my psyche, I would never have been prepared for the overwhelming wonderfulness that's happened in my life. And yeah, I'm grateful. And I'm going to be 61 in January. I can't fucking believe it, because I still don't even feel 60, so I still don't feel 50. But anyway, had I given up, but I didn't. And I mean, I went from some soul-crushing stuff, and now I feel like I'm leveling. Like, I feel like this is where I probably should have, well, should is a shaming word. I actually don't know, right? Because now I'm trying to be a fortune teller and, like, guess, like, what would happen if this hadn't happened. And that's ridiculous, because the way the dominoes fall when things happen are the way they fall, and there's no way to know what. It's kind of like Jenga, right? I mean, unless you're like doing some kind of physics on it, you're not really going to know which is going to be the pull that's going to collapse the whole thing. So like building your life is kind of like building Jenga, right? And if you, yeah, be careful where you place your stuff and be careful what you decide to let go. But when you clear it all and start to rebuild, that's when you own your life. And I feel like this move from Flagstaff to Rapid City this year, although it didn't go all well, I mean, at all, and I came here and was in crisis immediately, but it worked, right? It worked, and it worked because I didn't give up on myself. I asked for help. I still ask for help, I accept help. I accept help. I don't know that I actually ask for help, but I accept help now. When people offer to help me, and it's obvious to everybody, including myself, that I can really use the help, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to be a dumb butt anymore. I'm not going to take away someone else's joy in being able to do something for me that makes them feel good. Because somebody's not going to offer to, well, yes, actually, people do offer to do things for ulterior reasons, but these are not the kind of people I'm hanging around with anymore. When people offer to help me do things, they legitimately want to do it because they want to do it, because they like me and they see I'm a good person, and they don't do it with any kind of expectation to receive anything back from me. And like, I often can't, because I'm I'm in the reciprocation of getting help. So like, but you know what I mean? But like, things come around, and people win awards, and people do good things, and it's karma. It's a karma thing, and what you put out is what you get back, It really is. It honestly does work like that. And do you have to clear stuff sometimes? Like, you know, the oil on top of the water in order to get back to the clean water? Yeah, hell yeah. But is it possible? 100%. Believe me, if I can do it, if in 20 years time from when I stopped drinking and, you know, got diagnosed with bipolar and have accepted it a long time ago. I accepted that a long time ago because I knew that fighting it was just fighting my own self, and that was never going to get me anywhere. Yeah, it's been 20 years since my, yeah, and it's been a whirlwind. And I mean, I've only had the last 7 years recorded or something like that in my life, but a lot of it is caught up in the old show. Not that my old life matters to the new life, but it is the foundation of what I'm trying to get to in this long blah 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 of words. So I got my Wrapped from Spotify for the show, and I want to thank y'all, all y'all. And it wasn't like I wasn't considering not doing the show, but I see that there is an audience of y'all that, you know, that listen, and I don't know exactly if it's wisdom or funniness or what it is that you listen for, but thank you. You know, thank you. And if you get something out of it and you can spread it and in your countries, because there's a few of y'all, and I appreciate that too. The international flair is what really makes my life like so full and spicy and great, because it's just good to know that the things I say are getting out there to all the corners that need to hear it. And if you're the ambassadors that are listening to the show and bringing it forth, that's what I'm here for. You know, use my words, do whatever, man. If you hear something that helps you and you think it can help somebody else, go ahead, spread that word, you know. And that's what I want to try to do more this year. Like, I got busy this year, right? I moved and I had to readjust my whole life, and I had that stalking thing with that that nose soldier, you know, red flag beret dude, and you know, kind of took me off the game a little bit. And then the working for what has happened, you know, and yeah, I mean, there's games, so I mean, I kind of told y'all, like, when, you know, when hockey came, that, you know, I was gonna be a little busier. I just didn't know to what extent, you know. No complaints. But I'm going to get back to the mental health side of it, because, you know, I was kind of misadvertising if I don't talk about it, right? And even though at this time right now I'm good, and I'm not, again, I don't recommend this. I'm not a doctor, and don't do what I do, right? Well, I'm not a doctor, okay? I'm not on meds right now. I feel good. I'm eating clean. I'm exercising. I'm drinking water, I'm sleeping, I'm not using really diabolical chemicals in my body. I don't drink, you know, and, you know, and then because of everything else, like, my endorphins and stuff are pumped because things are going well for me, and I love to write, so it's kind of like a win-win for me right now. So I'm not, and then I gave up that online therapy thing because health insurance is a beast anywhere, I guess, and I don't like getting billed for substandard therapy when I can go to a game, and even though I can't hoot and holler and yell anymore, but I can still vibe, right? And it's different. It's different than when I first got here and was just lost. So I'm not doing that. Do I suggest that for everybody? No. make your appointments, go to your doctors, take your meds if you're supposed to. If you want to stop taking your meds, tell your doctor so that they can help you titrate off your stuff and not hurt yourself, okay? But I'm no doctor. I'm just 20 years of living with it and understanding my own body and educating myself on what is good for me. I am not you, okay? So, be proactive in everything you do and take care of yourselves. And if you feel as if you could do better without medication, discuss it with your doctor. A lot of them, well, I'm not going to say a lot of them because I don't know all of them, but all the ones that I have dealt with in the recent past have been quite open to letting me dictate when and if I wanted medication. Now, maybe that's just because they don't want to argue with me. It's just easier to be like, whatever. And then, of course, I could always court mandate me and all that and good shit if I went off my rocker, which I have not in a minute, so. Right? Knock on wood. But, it's not to say it can't happen because we all know what a little beast it is, so. But right now, I'm good, and I feel very stable, and I feel like I'm in a capacity to get back to where the show was kind of before, although I super duper hope that, like, not all that crazy tragedy and stuff come along and, give me another test of, I don't know what it would be a test of. I think that's like one test. If you pass it, you should never have to do it again. So anyway, that's my opinion. I'm going to let this go. I don't even know how many minutes this is. It's longer than I think I wanted it to go. But I wanted y'all to know that I do appreciate you all. There's no way that Dancing with Bipolar and Dancing with Bipolar Redu would be here without you. So it's your show as much as it is mine. You can hit me up at dancingwithbipolarredux@gmail.com if you want to whatever. And just know I appreciate y'all. And this is Dawn Shireen. This is my podcast, Dancing with Bipolar Redu. And hey, let's all stay alive, okay? Later.